supposed to be looking at you?
Her.
Okay, so say that again. Okay, so my audition story is very, very long, actually. It's very long. I came to the campus. I never saw the campus before, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But I didn't have a voice, so I was planning on singing Live in Living Color from Catch Me If You Can, but I was like, I can't sing it right now. I'm gonna sing I'm Alive from Next to Normal. So I go in, and I get put in Catch Me If You Can. I get put in the Catch Me If You Can group. Because there are 3 different groups. One goes to dance first, one goes to singing, and then one goes to acting first. So I was put into Catch Me If You Can, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna sing Live in Living Color. This is gonna be a really long story, I apologize. So I danced first, and my body got really warmed up, so I got really lucky. Then we sang, and I had the most ridiculous cut ever. I jumped pages, and I jumped right into a key change. It was really, really bad. But it worked, so it went really well. And then I went into the acting portion of the audition. So it's dance, singing, and acting, not specifically in that order. It's very, very organized because they have 1 day of auditions, and that's like 500 kids in a day. So they really did a great job of organizing it. Around like 30, 40. Like our class, it was like 36, and I think this class is around 36 as well. The teachers and students, the relationship at first it's like, oh, like it's a different experience, but after a while you start to become like really good friends. Like for example, Michelle Park, who directed Little Shop of Horrors. Tony award-winning Michelle Park, who directed Little Shop of Horrors, asked Brendan Stackhouse, a student, to assistant direct twice. So you really do form bonds with the teachers here. It's really, really great. It really, we are very, very diverse. Like, we have a lot of people who are very classically trained, and then we have a lot of people who kind of just like to belt their faces off. I don't know which one I categorize as, but yeah, no, we're a very diverse group. Yes, if you are not a theater performance major, you can audition for anything. A good example is Jordan Bunshaft. He's a theater studies major, and he stole the show Guys and Dolls last season. He was Nicely Nicely, and he stole the show. And then we also have, besides main stage and stage 1, we have
Stage 1.
So besides from main stage and stage 1, we have student-run productions where a student actually directs the shows, and the students can audition and be in it. They're low-budget shows, but it's really good way to get people to perform even when they aren't in main stage and stage 1. There are voice lessons available for anyone, not just theater majors. I just started taking voice lessons a couple weeks ago. Last year I didn't, and it's frowned upon if you're a theater major to not take voice lessons, but I didn't because I wanted to, but I didn't. But now I am, and I love it. We have a very good faculty. I have Anthony Turner. He's very famous among the voice teaching world. Yeah, we have a very, very talented faculty when it comes to voice teachers. We have 8 shows every year, 4 per semester. We have 2 shows in the main stage, which is typically musicals, but this year we have Romeo and Juliet in the main stage. And then we have 2 straight plays in stage 1, which is a very, very small stage. Yeah.
It's very, very popular.
Wagner's definitely a very, very close campus. Because of its size, everybody kind of knows each other, and it's really nice because you just walking through campus, you can always say hi to people, and everyone knows your name, so it's a very safe and accepting place.
Small. No, it's a great, beautiful campus.
No, you can't put negative things in.
No. Small is not negative.
Okay.
Good things come in small packages. Anyway, it's the most beautiful campus. As soon as I stepped on the campus, I knew I was going to come here, even if I got into the theater program or not. But I did, so good for me. It's very, very small. Like yesterday I timed myself. I walked from one end of the campus to the other in like 3 minutes. It was really, really cool. Because I was late. I was almost late for class, but because it was so small, I got there on time. Yeah. It's hilly too. It's also very hilly. There are on-campus jobs. There's such a thing as work studies. I'm a work study, so I'm allowed to have a job on campus. I'm a desk attendant, which means I just sit at a desk for a couple hours and don't do anything. I see IDs.
Yeah, there's student workers in almost every area on campus, from the dining hall to admissions to the registrar, so there's so many opportunities if you have work study and your financial aid.
People work at the coffee house, which is like a hip, cool atmosphere for the students, where the students actually run it. Like a student is the manager of coffee house, so it's really, really cool because it's all up to the students. Yes, they do accept transfers to Wagner. Last year, a couple people, every year during the end of the year, we have auditions for transfer students who want to become a part of the theater program.
About 15% of students at Wagner are commuters who live in either Staten Island or Jersey, and the other 85 live on campus. And housing is provided all 4 years.
Okay, I got this one. I got this one. Okay, so Harborview is a dry building. Very, very tall, 14 floors, and the bane of my existence. Guild's where I live now. I love the room. I love my room. I love the privacy. We have the WAG, which is great. We have the WAG. The WAG is like a little grocery store in Guild. Towers. Towers is for a big fraternity and sorority building. So a lot of people who go there, live there, are in a fraternity and sorority.
Okay, so there are 4 dorm buildings on campus. Harborview is all freshmen. Towers is for upperclassmen, Guild is for upperclassmen, and then Foundation is for mostly juniors and seniors. So the freshman building is all freshmen, it's 14 floors, and it has a view of the city skyline and the Verrazano Bridge. And then Towers and Guild are for upperclassmen, and there's fraternity and sororities are housed in Towers. And then Foundation is the newest res building, and that is mostly for juniors and seniors. It's very beautiful, but the windows don't open. My favorite thing about Wagner is definitely the fact that you're in New York City. You can literally see the skyline in Manhattan from any building on campus, but at the end of the day you're surrounded by trees and grass and green, and you really don't ever feel like you're in Manhattan. So you have that beautiful campus life, but in a matter of 15 minutes you could be in Times Square.
Yeah, which is also very important for me, because I have to go on auditions sometimes, but I also really want that campus environment. So it's very, very, very useful to have a free shuttle to the free ferry to the city. It's also great because it's such a small community and you make so many friends here. And I mean, I'm sure that's like that in college everywhere, but Wagner is better.